Welcome to the channel. My name is Lawrence Krauss, and the website I'll use mostly is called alpineunion.org. alpineunion.org. I'm a writer, typically, for Renegade Tribune, and they thankfully publish my work. This channel I'll use to talk about digital assets, secession, dissolving the US government, saving Europe, replacing the EU and the USG with an Alpine Union. I'll show you the map. I'll talk about the importance of money, media, and military, organization, strategy, and why we need to have the law on our side to survive as a people, and how to get the BAM program so that you can get some digital assets as well. To begin, where should I begin? I wrote an article at Renegade Tribune in December, right after the election, talking about the legitimacy of secession. And the more I thought about it, the more it's, I think, a real possibility if you do it right. It's a two-stage process where you do a mutually agreed regional secession. So if the traditional South and the northern states, excluding New England, if they split in half, then the Southwest and New England would split. And this is good no matter what. If you want to have government more accountable, you need it smaller. If you want to end globalism, you need to end the US government. If you want to stop white genocide, you have to dissolve the US government. There's many good reasons to have a more accountable, smaller government that is not a threat. And everything that's going on right now is driven by the institutional inertia of our government. And it's not going to stop, and if it's not changed, we're dead. So that's just what has to be acknowledged. This government of white genocide, the flag of white genocide, the army of white genocide, it all has to be dissolved. So I'm not a patriotard. If you want to try to figure out what I am, I don't bleed red, white, and blue. I bleed red. So we need to have resources. How do we get resources? Well, the easiest way to get resources is to understand how things are dynamic and use time and build with digital assets. They're relatively simple. Most people can understand them if they took the time to. One of the things about this channel is to encourage people to get the software and try it out, and you'll get free assets. So that's what I'll do to grow the channel. And so if you have a channel and you sort of mention this channel, then I'll send you some too for extra. You know, how many subscribers do you have? And then I'll send over an appropriate quantity consistent with your subscriber base. And since we have a digital asset platform, we can use it to create a new peer-to-peer video sharing network and have a prize, like a $25 million prize, that could encourage people who know Java to build a peer-to-peer video sharing platform, and that would replace YouTube. And it would it's just software, but if it existed, everything could migrate over to that new platform, and YouTube would be toast. And there could be many good things coming out of that. So I'm going to talk about digital assets. I'm going to talk about secession, dissolving the US government, why taxation doesn't have to exist, and the Alpine Union, I think, is a good vision for the future. If we have to have a vision that replaces what's now. And the Soviet Union fell apart partly because there was this thing called the West, and people knew that there was food on the other side. There were housing, shelter, medicine. And so they were willing to jump over that wall to go to the West and escape communism. And we need to have something, what people jump to from this current system that's tearing the society apart and turning children into self-mutilating monsters. I mean, they're just going to be unrecognizable in 20 years or 30 years. You know, I thought of a phrase, you would think that parents would kill for their children, but they don't. They give their children to the government and these public schools to screw them up in every perverted way, and then they come out with debt and they can't get a job and they are ruined for life, and it's a punctuated decline. So I think we have very little time to fix the problem, and the number of people who can fix the problem is very, very small in number. There's few people who talk about money, media, and getting the law on our side, building an organization, developing the resources, and the people who could mention it or discuss it don't do enough of it, or even so this channel hopefully will deliver that. Get the people organized, use that software, develop a community around a certain asset, and then use that asset to invest in our development. And I'm pretty sure once people have an alternative between a system of taxation versus no taxation, warmongers versus no warmongers, white genocide versus not, then they'll make their choice. And that's how you get people to have a choice of system. We don't have a choice of system. We need choice of system, not just candidate A, candidate B serving a corrupt system. We need to create choice of system, and I think there's a way to do that. And it's legal to start a new government, so that's what the Alpine Union is all about. Start a new government, have a currency. The thing you can't do is advocate the violent overthrow of the government. So that's plenty of wiggle room to do a lot of things and change people's minds, let them know what a new system could be like, and then create a pathway, a roadmap to dissolving the U.S. government. And at least people will know and have a choice, and you can only take people so far, but we need to do that to see how far we can go. Alright, so that's the first part of this introduction to the channel. Please subscribe, and please get the program, and tell your friends. Hopefully we can build this channel into something that can make some money, because I do need to make some money to hire some more developers to make a new what do they call that? A new Twitter, and then you'll get more rewards there for joining that new Twitter, and then you can speak and make money, and that's one step of another project I want to get done, and then that will help develop feedback for the new currency, digital asset, and then it'll start to grow. You're doing one thing and then another thing, and they mutually reinforce each other. And more people get involved, the bigger the community, the more people understand it, and things can get really grow quickly. And we need to use the platforms that are there now while we still have the chance before they're gone. Alrighty, thank you.